Imagine waking up one day and realizing you can fly, or control fire with your hands, or read people's minds. Sounds like a fantasy, right? But what if humans actually had superpowers? How would it change the world? We're used to seeing superheroes in comics and movies, but what if those powers were real? What if they weren't just the stuff of fiction but actual scientific possibilities? This is Asan from Ace Ed, as we explore the mind-blowing possibilities and the potential consequences of a world where humans have superpowers. Let's start with everyone's childhood dream: flying like Superman. I mean, who hasn't looked up at a bird and wished they could soar through the air with such freedom? But physics, as usual, has some opinions on the matter. You see, birds and insects can fly because they've evolved over millions of years to have lightweight bodies, hollow bones, and those incredibly efficient wing structures. Humans, on the other hand, well, we're a bit denser literally. We're built for walking, running, and occasionally tripping on uneven surfaces, not gliding through the air. Our bone structure is designed for strength, not for minimizing weight. To fly like a bird, we'd need some serious anatomical remodeling. We're talking hollow bones, which would make us incredibly fragile, by the way, or wings with a massive wingspan. Think about it. To lift an average human, you'd need wings over 30 feet wide. That's like having a small airplane attached to your back. And let's not forget the energy requirements. Birds burn a ridiculous number of calories just to stay airborne. We'd need to consume insane amounts of food constantly just to keep from plummeting back to Earth. But hey, maybe there's hope. What about anti-gravity technology? Now we're talking. Scientists are already experimenting with electromagnetic fields that can levitate objects. It's not quite Iron Man's repulsors yet, but it's a start. Maybe one day, instead of growing wings, we'll develop jetpack suits or even cooler bioengineered anti-gravity cells within our own bodies. Imagine actual biological anti-gravity. The possibilities are truly sky high. Alright, let's get real for a second. Super strength. Admit it, you've fantasized about tossing a car aside like it's a toy or bending steel with your bare hands. It's a tempting power, no doubt. And it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility. Take ants, for example. Those tiny creatures can carry over 50 times their body weight. It's incredible. But there's a reason why ants haven't taken over the world yet. Their strength is relative to their size. If humans had that kind of proportional strength, we could lift cars, bend metal, maybe even punch through walls. Sounds like a blast, right? Well, here's the catch. Physics doesn't like to be ignored. Our muscles are powerful, but they rely on our bones and tendons for support. If our muscles suddenly became capable of Hulk-like feats, but our bones stayed the same, well, let's just say snapping your spine would become a regular Tuesday. To handle real super strength, we'd need reinforced bones, maybe something like carbon fiber-like structures. And that's not even considering the changes to our tendons and ligaments. Now, this kind of biological modification might be possible in the future through some really advanced genetic engineering, but here's the real kicker. Super strength wouldn't just change individuals, it would revolutionize everything. Imagine the Olympics with super athletes, construction workers tossing steel beams around like toothpicks, wars fought with superhuman soldiers. Would we create superhuman leagues, or would everyone get biomechanical implants to level the playing field? Super strength isn't just about lifting heavy objects, it's about the balance of power in society. Now, this one is a classic: invisibility. The power to vanish at will has captivated storytellers for centuries. But could it actually happen? Well, nature offers some clues. Octopuses and certain fish can camouflage themselves, blending seamlessly with their surroundings by bending light around their bodies. It's a kind of natural invisibility cloak. And guess what? Scientists are already developing metamaterials, special fabrics that can manipulate light waves in fascinating ways. If we could control these materials at a cellular level, imagine a suit woven into our very being, bending light around us, making us disappear from sight. Theoretical, yes, but not entirely impossible. But, and there's always a but, true invisibility means our eyes wouldn't be able to absorb light either. We'd be blind while invisible, stumbling around like Mr. Magoo on a bad day. Not exactly the superhero experience we were hoping for. And then there are the societal implications. Imagine a world where anyone could become invisible at will. Crime would skyrocket, trust would evaporate, it would be chaos. Invisibility is a power best left to the shadows, my friends. Telekinesis, the ability to move objects with the power of your mind. It's the Jedi way, the stuff of pure science fiction, right? Well, hold on to your lightsabers because the brain is a mysterious and powerful organ. Think about it. Your brain already uses electrical signals to control your muscles. What if we could amplify and extend those signals, using some futuristic brain-machine interface? We could, theoretically, control external objects with our thoughts. In fact, scientists are already developing brain-controlled robotic arms for individuals who have lost limbs. It's a remarkable blend of technology and neuroscience. But here's the challenge. Our brains, as amazing as they are, don't naturally produce enough electromagnetic force to move objects across the room. To become real-life Jedi Masters, we'd need to evolve some serious neural hardware, high-powered neural emitters, perhaps? Imagine a world where construction workers assemble buildings with a thought, where surgeons perform delicate operations from across the room, where athletes compete in a symphony of telekinetic prowess. But, as Uncle Ben once said, with great power comes great responsibility. Would society survive if people could control things with their minds, or would it lead to ultimate anarchy? Mind reading, the ultimate superpower, some might say. To peer into the thoughts of others, to know their secrets, their desires, their fears. It's a power that could unite humanity or tear it apart. Imagine a world without lies, where deception is impossible, where every thought is an open book. Relationships would be transformed, diplomacy would be revolutionized, wars might be prevented before they even begin. But at what cost? Privacy as we know it would cease to exist. Trust would become a relic of a bygone era. The very foundations of our social contract would crumble. Ironically, the ability to read minds might make genuine connection impossible. And here's the truly unsettling part. Scientists are already developing brain scanners that can interpret thoughts by analyzing brainwave patterns. It's still early days, and these scanners are about as subtle as a sledgehammer. But what about the future? Could we see a day when telepathic communication becomes as commonplace as texting? Mind reading could usher in a new era of peace and understanding, or it could plunge us into an Orwellian nightmare of thought police and mental manipulation. The power to read minds is a double-edged sword, capable of slicing through the fabric of society itself. So, there you have it. A glimpse into the incredible, terrifying, and utterly mind-blowing possibilities of a world where humans have superpowers. From the challenges of defying gravity to the ethical dilemmas of telepathy, the pursuit of superpowers raises profound questions about who we are, what we're capable of, and what it truly means to be human. If you enjoyed this deep dive into superpowers, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more mind-blowing what-if scenarios from Ace Ed.